Matchday 16, and this clash between Toronto and Philadelphia. Toronto, I thought they'd turned a corner. A whopping 6-1 victory over Montreal, but they went and lost on home soil last time out against Nashville. How do you see what's going on here with Toronto?
No, they have turned the corner. I think losing to Nashville, there's no shame in that. They're a tough team to play against. The funny thing with Toronto is they're having no problem scoring goals. Bernardeschi's playing out of his skin right now, creating chances and scoring. There's a little bit more input from Insigne. It's just a back line. They cannot play a game without conceding a goal or shooting themselves in the foot. If they can clean that up, we'll start talking about them turning that corner even more, maybe being on the straight and narrow.
Philadelphia is one of the most well-balanced team in MLS. They should compete for the Supporter Shield all season, and they should go into this game thinking they're going to take 3 points from Toronto FC. The midfield is so solid. Jean-Jacques, Jovan Lukic, they form one of the best pairings in the league. And you've got the Golden Boot leader in Ty Baribo, who is always dangerous. Then in the wide spots, you think about a player like Quinn Sullivan, who has stepped up week in and week out in this season, earned that call up to the national team. I expect him to play a big role in this game as well.
Yeah, and what kicks off a really tough stretch for Philadelphia, a team that sit atop the Eastern Conference, 5 of their next 6 on the road, and it starts in Toronto Wednesday night.
Toronto contra Filadelfia, dos realidades muy diferentes dentro de la misma conferencia. Y comenzamos con el equipo de Toronto, una escuadra que seguramente se querrá apoyar mucho en Sean Johnson atrás y en Bernardeschi adelante, Miguel.
Sí, es un equipo que recibe muchos goles, a pesar de tener un gran arquero, como bien lo mencionas, Sean Johnson. Venían de meterle 6 goles al equipo de Montreal, pero tuvieron un descalabro contra el equipo de Nashville. Bernardeschi en buen momento, cuando él quiere tener buenos momentos, e Insigne también con un compromiso que no es tan consistente. Vamos a ver si pueden tener un resultado contra el equipo de Filadelfia, que es un equipo muy potente.
Sí, y un Osorio también que viene a anotar para el equipo canadiense. El otro lado, ¿qué decir? Miguel, Philadelphia Union, que está on fire, que viene de un gran resultado, bueno, de un gran partido, mejor dicho, sí, contra el Inter, y que cuenta con un game changer.
Sin duda, en Ty Baribo, 13 goles en lo que va de la temporada, 14 contribuciones de gol, porque tiene un pase también.
What's up, soccer fans? Great to see everybody here tonight cheering on TFC. They're live at BMO Field. We're live here on YouTube, hanging out together, cheering on our Reds. And man, it's a tough one tonight against one of the league's best. Dupe comes into town. Yeah, those MLS soccer fans, you know Dupe and Philadelphia. That goal song, it's horrific. I'm sorry, I've never liked it. Even my days back on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central, plenty of ripping on the Union. But man, they've got a great team this season. 31 points, top of the Eastern Conference, right there. 30 points, right there. One behind the Vancouver Whitecaps. So it's going to be a tough one tonight for our TFC Reds. TSI Allison forgot her phone downstairs. Love you, babe. Here you go. All right. So tonight's going to be a tough test for our Reds, but that's all right. We're going to cheer them on. We've got a triple header outside of this one. It's a quadruple header on TSI tonight. We're celebrating the unboxing of our beautiful new silver plaque play button creator award. Thank you, YouTube, and thank you, TFC, for starting this dream of mine with my soccer channel, and now where we are here on TSI. Now that you're here, make sure you've done all that cool YouTube stuff. Please hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more TFC fans here in the chat cheering on our Reds every single game, because God knows we need all the help we can get right now with the performances we've seen from this team outside of a few shining moments like, you know, that great performance in Montreal in the Derby. All right, enough of that. We've got to get to the soccer.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're never down here staring at me. Okay, we've got to get to the soccer. We'll see you in the chat. Go TFC, go. Let's get the win.
On Apple TV Plus, rated PG-13.
Hey soccer fans, DraftKings Sportsbook is your home for live betting and has you covered on all your MLS betting action this season with a range of markets spanning from props on goal scorers and assists to futures like MLS Cup winner, MVP, top scorer and more. DraftKings Sportsbook has an exclusive offer for soccer fans. Just download the app and use the promo code when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
This is the win probability. Philadelphia strong on the road this season, 4 away wins from Subaru Park, so they get the edge at 47.6%. A TFC win. They only have 1 here so far this season in the league, remember, around the 25.5% mark. Man in charge of proceedings tonight in the middle, Guido Gonzalez Jr. And he's supported, of course, by our VAR team, who are at Arlington in Texas. Warmer and drier there, I'm sure. Edvin Jurasevich is in charge. Alongside him is Craig Lowry. Golden Boot leader Ty Baribo. 2 for him at the weekend as Philadelphia played out a 3-3 draw with Miami. They ought to have won that game, really, with the chances they created. Found the net twice. Quinn Sullivan, a fine goal, his 2nd of the season. Bradley Carnell wants to see more goal scoring and chance creation. And a welcome back in the Philly goal for Andre Blake, his last appearance May the 3rd. A road trip to Canada and Montreal. Jonathan Osorio, 50th goal in TFC colours at the weekend. Not enough though. This man has been busy, but in a superb season. Sean Johnson, the TFC stopper. May's month of match days continues, where momentum can bring energy, but where losing can be a habit. The Eastern Conference leaders aim for 10 unbeaten in all competitions tonight. For Toronto, well, the margins were described in a podcast this week as between woeful and hopeful. So what next at the Lakeshore tonight? Philly, one of 8 MLS teams with an unbeaten streak of 5 or more games coming into this one, and an early chance to play the ball into the box, into the hands of Johnson it goes. It's an unbeaten streak, though, that would be wishful thinking, I think, for Toronto fans watching on. 2 defeats in 3 for them. So it's a very good evening and welcome along to Ian Joy. How does this TFC team turn the corner?
Well, you never know, Tony. It's great to be alongside you first and foremost. With these weather conditions, it's cold, it is raining out there, the ball will move very slick, it will move very quick along that surface, and I think that might bode well for a lot of these players that are looking to impress in a TFC jersey. They've got to try and use some sort of confidence, and when you rest players and you rotate your team, you never quite know what to expect. This is given an opportunity to players who have been knocking on the door, asking for a chance. Now show us what you can do.
One of those will be Zane Monlouis, who comes across to usher that ball back to his goalkeeper, Sean Johnson. Monlouis, who arrived in February, came through the ranks at Arsenal, had a loan spell in the English Football League at Reading. Not a great deal of first-team match experience, though. He gets his opportunity tonight, and that's an early giveaway into the box. And as Philly try and jump on it, swept away by TFC, all in red, of course, tonight. It is the light blue chain strip for the Philadelphia Union.
Well, the one thing about having that rotation, yes, it gives you an opportunity to prove that you deserve a place in the starting 11, but also you will see a vulnerability. There are players out there that don't necessarily have the best of confidence. Mistakes will happen along the game. I think it's an opportunity for Philadelphia Union. You recognise how strong their starting 11 is, and of course Robin Fraser has decided to make some changes to his 11. I'm really intrigued to see how TFC handle this pressure, because the energy is certainly coming from Philly early doors.
Throw in for TFC on the far side of the field. Change of personnel tonight from Robin Fraser, as we can see on the screen there, and the formation as well. He goes with the 3 centre-halves. And as I mentioned, he rests Kevin Long and Sigurd Rosted, who've been very much the central pair in about 4 of late. Great strength and improving form of late. And this is what Robin Fraser likes about him. High ball in, Spicer going up for the header. Not cleared convincingly. Raul Petretta, one of the injuries who returns tonight, limped out of the game against Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago. It's Montlouis in strongly with the header. And it'll be a TFC throw.
Good start though, Tony. You can see Toronto really trying to get down that right-hand side with purpose. Good cross into the box as well. Brynhildsen did it ever so well with a cheeky little nutmeg and then able to put the cross into the box. Unfortunately for him, Spicer not able to redirect it with any power or purpose. But I do like the direction that Toronto have started this game though. Passing the ball around, the movement's very good. Philadelphia Union though, calm, composed, in their positional play, asking a lot of questions of Toronto. How good are you? Can you break us down?
Westfield with the interception. Standout year he's having. They're very strong on the right at the back now, Philly, when you consider Harriel has shuffled inside to play as a centre-half, where they have been short. And Bizo can't really see too much first-team action either at the moment. Competition for places always spurs good performance, it seems. So it's been up and down for TFC. 2-2 of the last 4, the high of scoring 6 for the first time in club history when they won so well at Montreal. Returned back home to earth with a bump here against Nashville at the weekend. Vasilev as a man outside him. He'll be cut back in for the former St. Louis midfielder, and it's a throw on the far side. Dependable Kai Wagner helping him out in that combination. That'll be a free kick. Corbinu, the man, felled. Ivan Lukic, who doesn't have his regular midfield partner alongside him. Danley Jean-Jacques, the Haitian, among the substitutes tonight. Relentless run of games this for Philadelphia. They'll play 9 in 29 days effectively across the calendar. Throw in a couple of US Open Cup games that they've had. TFC out of the Canadian Championships, of course, beaten here on penalties by Montreal. They got revenge very sweetly a couple of weeks ago in the league.
It's a good time for Philadelphia Union. They're in a great run of form. Obviously, confidence is through the roof right now. Even if you do rotate, whether it's now or at the weekend, you have an opportunity to still spring a surprise at the top of the standings right now. And Philadelphia, with their starting 11, that's a great ball behind.
It's Quinn Sullivan who's chasing it. He's kept it in play, and he's won the free kick as well. It's Petretta who was doing the retreating with him and is not happy with the decision.
Good run forward though, Tony. Excellent run, and it also dictates the passing behind. I love the fact that the kid's got a bit of strength. He's holding off the pressure from Petretta. He's waiting for that opportunity. I'm not necessarily sure I agree with the whistle being blown there, but this is a very dangerous position for the Union on the ball.
Oh, Sean Johnson lining up his defenders. This is a group that is drawn from the depths of the squad very much for TFC at the back tonight. The back 3 include 2 players just back from injury, Wingo and Petretta. And Louis will be in the middle. There is the free kick, and it's hit with some pace. Robin Fraser, the TFC head coach, battling with trying to put things together. And talking about growing a culture with this group. Here's Klesnes outside in Westfield. Westfield will face up to Spicer. And then Brynhildsen will be penalised for the challenge on the Norwegian Klesnes. So 2 Norwegians coming together in an early clash. There is Robin Fraser. He said they've got to match Philly's intensity, their energy and engagement. And those are factors he's talked about a lot recently with this TFC group. He said when they're energized, when they're on, he feels he's got the makings of a good team here in Toronto.
Yeah, you would expect him at some point to have a serious impact and certainly trying to push this team further up the standings, but it's not been easy for him so far. I think he'll be very frustrated. Very interesting decision going up against a team with so much confidence that he's decided to rotate as much as he has done. I know Robin incredibly well. Fantastic coach. It's great to see him once again back here in Toronto where he had success as an assistant. It's just now whether or not he gets enough time and enough opportunity to be able to build the team and the culture that he really wants.
His counterpart there tonight, Bradley Carnell. The month of May, as I mentioned, bringing in 9 games to his team. He's called it a month of mayhem. 4 wins, 3 draws so far. We're in game 8 of that run. They also had 120 minutes in one of the US Open Cup games against Indy 11. But the month, this crazy month, the mayhem month that he's dubbed it, it started with a win on the road in Canada. Bueno tracking back against Spicer. Klesnes there to help out.
Super impressive, Tony, talking to Bradley Carnell. Just such a great individual, clear plan, knows exactly what he wants to do. The team has responded to him already. He's had unbelievable success and certainly room for improvement as well, which is scary for Major League Soccer.
That's a dangerous ball whipped in, and Baribo meeting it on the volley. It was offside. It will be a free kick, but again, that's a striker with confidence. It was a high ball coming in from Wagner on that far side of the field, and Baribo's instinct was to hit it.
Yeah, a couple of times now, Baribo has put himself in an offside position. You know, I think when you scored as many goals as he has already, I think you have this excitement, this urgency to want to score more goals, and this eagerness sometimes puts you in that offside position. And he's already done it 2 or 3 times tonight. Not a bad delivery over from Kai Wagner.
Well, there's this CFC fan base, and it has to be said, some of them are voting with their feet at the moment. They're frustrated. They want to see wins. They've had a tough couple of years. They want to see progress. Robin Fraser is the man tasked with trying to kind of maintain a little bit of patience, but also he was honest. No one wants to hear that you're making progress until you're winning games. And TFC have just not done enough of that this season. Just 3 in 15 matches for them. And Baribo's off and running again, and out comes Johnson quickly as Monlouis was tasked with keeping an eye on Baribo.
Good play by both right there. Sean Johnson's going to have to play that role tonight, being somewhat of a sweeper keeper. Monlouis very aggressive as well. Has to be very careful with Baribo, always trying to play off his shoulder.
High into the air from Wagner. Damiani's underneath it. Baribo's there as well. Vasilev is lurking. There's no flag on the near side, so Indiana Vasilev controls with the help of Wagner. That's a decent ball into the box, and a great save from Sean Johnson to deny Damiani what would have been an outstanding opening goal.
What a save this is from Sean Johnson. Initially, the play on the left-hand side by the Union is excellent. This is exquisite. What an effort that is from Damiani. I mean, really deserved a goal. Great technical ability. And then this save right there from Sean Johnson. It's remarkable. Some of the saves he's managed to pull off in his incredible career. That one right there is up there with the best of them.
First corner of the game, 12th minute. The referee's not happy with some of the action inside the 6-yard box, so he's going to have a word with them first. Damiani has 3 in all competitions this season. That would have been an outstanding goal from the $3 million man. As the ball is headed away from the corner, Wagner helps it back out that far side. 2 men down in the middle and staying down as Monlouis clears. Zorio is the man down for Toronto. Looks like Baribo got a blow on the back of the head.
Any time on set plays, you're always going to have hands-on. And Philadelphia Union are hungry. You can see that battle at the bottom of your picture, certainly in the middle of the penalty area. Both players with hands-on. There is a little collision there. There's not much into it. I imagine the referee will just allow this to play on.
Just waiting for an all clear from Arlington before play resumes. You can see the hand to the ear from Gonzalez Jr.
It's amazing, really, as a defensive player now, you have to be very careful because the cameras are always watching you. Anytime you make contact, whether you have hands on, whether you're pulling one another, you make contact off the ball, you always have to be incredibly careful. Especially inside that penalty area. It's always a risky game now as a defender.
We don't have any confirmation as yet what is being looked at. My suspicion, Ian, we have the benefit of an extra replay in our booth, is that they must be looking at a possible penalty.
It must be with Jonathan Osorio defensively holding on to, look like Ty Baribo inside that penalty area. The ball's outside the penalty box. Is there a real threat there? It's an off-the-ball incident. This is the biggest question. It's not necessarily just the grab from Jonathan Osorio. Watch the leg movement from Osorio as well. Just sort of stretches his leg out as well, and that collision right there inside the penalty area. I'm not sure why he grabs his head, but I'd be okay for this one to be left alone and let's play the game.
And it is looking like that will be the case. So check complete. A Philly throw. Monlouis' header. Etienne Jr. over to that corner. He keeps it in play, does he? No, flag up far side. There'll be another throw in to Philadelphia.
Good pressure from the Union. Really hungry, really determined, trying to get that first goal, which could be the all-important goal in this tie. They are pushing and mounting a ton of pressure.
As much distance on the throw that time. It's a dangerous area to be trying to play out, and well, we're back as we were. Another Philly throw on that far side. Derek Etienne Jr., one of those coming in tonight to play as a right wing back. He's been employed in all sorts of positions this season due to injuries, unavailabilities, some of the headaches that Robin Fraser's had with his group. It'll be another throw. Camped out in that corner.
Davy Flores is not too happy with this one. He felt like that was a foul before the ball actually did go out for the throw-in. Referees having none of it, allowing the play to go in Philadelphia's direction once again.
Kai Wagner then to dial up another one, using every inch of space on the sideline. There's the throw, takes the flick on, and it's a comfortable one for Sean Johnson. The Player Spotlight is presented by Allstate. You're in good hands. Quinn Sullivan certainly been in good form as well, and gets the international call-up for the US men's national team for the camp friendlies, and then the Gold Cup coming in the summer, and he's been flourishing.
Yeah, fabulous. Fabulous to watch him play. Also an opportunity for him to have his own personal name out there in the spotlight, and deservedly so. The stats simply don't lie. You get that reward once you perform in the way that he has been doing for Philadelphia Union. He's really helping this team take their game to the next level.
Referee says no foul. And a long ball away for Brynhildsen to chase. And he gets there in front of his fellow Norwegian. But Klesnes has been around the block and wise to that, and clears. That's Monlouis in front of Baribo. Westfield, the quick throw, looking for Sullivan. That's Spicer, a little unconvincingly away. Coelho beaten out by Baribo, but unfairly, says the referee. It'll be a free kick. $13 goals. He's comfortably the leader in the Golden Boot chase. Ty Baribo.
It's amazing to me how much he actually cares. He could be so far away in that Golden Boot race, and every single challenge he wants to win. That determination is clearly there. He's a fabulous player, and he's an excellent finisher right now. And anytime you have those red-hot strikers in front of goal, the best thing to do is create a chance for them.
And he has form as well at this venue. He scored here last season in a 2-1 defeat for the Union. And Junior just been sent back a few yards by Guido Gonzalez. Unable to bring in the width and broken up again. It'll be very congested and tight in those areas. Philly effectively with this 4-2-2-2. So not a lot of room in the center of the field. Well, we are in technically summertime and we're in a baseball town as well in Toronto. And on Friday night baseball, the Atlanta Braves will host the Boston Red Sox, 7 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock then, reigning MVP Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge will battle in a World Series rematch between the Yankees and the Dodgers. All of that from Dodger Stadium, 6:30 Eastern on Apple TV+. Here's the ball into the penalty area, and again another chance to volley it goal bound. That was Quinn Sullivan. Laid back for Bueno, just wide. There was a touch, and it'll be a corner.
Yeah, another great build-up. Defensively, Toronto just trying to clear the danger. They just can't. Eventually it falls out to Bueno and he pulls the trigger. It's deflected as it finds its way into the corner. This is a great look at it from behind the goal. It's good defending. You close them down enough and quickly enough, you get an opportunity to get that nick on the ball. Sean Johnson was worried enough about it.
Bueno looking to take his chance. Just his 3rd start of the season. Thwarted once again by the form of Sean Johnson. Wagner then, this will be an in-swinger from the left back. And again, they got up and they won the header. Nathan Harriel up there from the corner.
He'll be disappointed with the finish. What about the delivery though from Kai Wagner? I mean, he's got an unreal left foot.
Sweet, isn't it?
He absolutely fires the ball, and to be able to fire the ball with that much accuracy as hard as he hits it, got to have something special about it. He certainly does on that left foot.
Make it very difficult for a defence to deal with when it's swinging in as an in-swinger as well. And
in these conditions, even more so. The more pace on the ball, the more difficult it is for defenders to judge the ball, for goalkeepers to actually keep a hold of the ball. It's not easy. Philadelphia are using it to their advantage right now, playing some good football here.
Sullivan has got on the end of that from Wagner, and well, that volley for a moment you thought could go anywhere. It's behind for a goal kick. Those fans doing their best to create the atmosphere, to inspire hope and belief in their team, a team that has just one home league win this season. Coelho. Philly winning a lot of the ball in the centre of the field at the moment.
Yeah, high pressure. Winning the ball in the right areas as well, Tony, and this is why it's dangerous, because they're continuously having possession of the ball in the opposition half. It's fabulous to watch.
Here comes Vasilev. Goes wide, and did that ball go out? Thought it might have, but maybe not the whole ball. So no flag. And Etienne Jr. up to Brynhildsen. Well, this might still work in their favour. Corbeau chasing down the line, but he's not going to be able to keep it in. This exclusive NetCam replay is brought to you by T-Mobile. We take a look here, Ian, at the save from Sean Johnson, that wonderful effort from Damiani.
What a great look this is as well. I'm not quite sure what's better, the strike from Damiani or the save from Sean Johnson, and we've seen that many times before where Johnson's pulled out these saves where he has no right to get a hand to it. But that is a brilliant effort from Damiani as well. In many ways, it deserved a goal.
tonight for the Uruguayan alongside Baribo. Miguel Ua started at the weekend. He's on the bench tonight. TFC with a chance to launch the ball into the box and make those fans even louder. Coelho high and harmless.
Disappointing, and that's where an opportunity really arises for Toronto, where they can be a threat. Just right now, where the way you're witnessing their playing, there's no confidence in this group. They're trying to hope and create an opportunity rather than knowing exactly how to play. It's hit and hope, and all of a sudden you win a free kick. That's where the chances can arise for you. You just got to have a better delivery. I've seen more composure from these Toronto players.
Coelho finds Flores in the Honduran across to Petretta. Spicer's made the run in behind and he's got there, but he just seemed to catch his feet under the ball. We did get a flag in the end.
Good effort. I think he did go a fraction earlier as well, Spicer. It's a good run and it's a good idea. If he can hold on to his run as long as possible, then it's fine. But he's too eager, he's hungry, he's determined to get in behind and sort of create the pass. And in the end, it's a clear offside decision now. Philly escape.
Robin Fraser talked to us about Tyrese Spicer, who scored a fine individual goal at Montreal. As it's defensive duties now for Montlouis, and Flores gets it away. He said that the goal he scored at Montreal was the most decisive he's seen him, but he wants to see him get to a point where he knows that he's a really good player. This is a player that came out of the draft, #1 pick from Lipscomb. And sometimes Robin said he can tell from his body language whether Tyrese is in a confident mood or whether he's a little withdrawn. The player, of course, who's got international aspirations, Trinidad and Tobago. And he's certainly shown flashes of great skill and hope in this TFC group. It's consistency thereafter. Westfield's trying to get the other side of Spicer, who defends this time.
Very good defending from Spicer right there. He knew he was beaten, made sure he wasn't completely beaten, and gave himself an opportunity just to get that toe on the ball. But yet again, another set play, an opportunity for that left boot, Kai Wagner, to come over and fire this ball into the danger zone.
Sean Johnson will have done all his prep, I'm sure, and he'll be well aware that this Philadelphia team has scored 10 set-piece goals this season. That leads MLS. Klesnes breaks near post. There he is as Wagner swung it in. Flores away.
The thing that really falls in favour of Toronto right now, and the way we've watched the opening 27 minutes of this game, is, of course, they haven't won here for a while, Philadelphia. And I know it's a different Toronto side and they've made many changes here, but you never know. Use anything to your advantage.
Yeah, 2019 last time they won here, May 2019. Ali Bedoya and Kai Wagner were on the field. It's a foul on Brynhildsen. There'll be a free kick right on the halfway line. I always enjoy delving into the history books, Ian, when we have these games, and of course in a young league it's fascinating because they're often you can find players who are on the field for those special days, but I couldn't find anyone who was on the field for the 2011 win for Philadelphia here. They won 6-2 here on one occasion. The winner came in the 2019 win through Jamiro Montero after Fafa Pico had scored. Well, we talk about history and making new history every match day in Major League Soccer. Sunday Night Soccer this week will see Minnesota travel to Seattle. So a big trip for the likes of Taniela Oluwaseyi, Kelvin Yeboah and the Loons, taking on Albert Rusnak and the Seattle Sounders. 5 o'clock Eastern is when it all starts, and it's right here on MLS Season Pass from the Pacific Northwest this week, Sunday Night Soccer. Got a delay here while they look at Brynhildsen, and this is a worrying moment for Robin Fraser because they can ill afford any other injuries at the moment.
Yeah, especially the way they're playing. In the opening 30 minutes of this game, they're relying heavily on his work rate up front to hold up possession of the ball, his runs off the ball, and creating an opportunity sometimes for himself. Didn't look like it was too bad, though. It looked like there was a little contact, but not much. I think he's going to be okay.
This is what happened.
He's very good in possession of the ball. He just sort of dragged the ball away from him with a little bit of pressure from Lukic, and it's also the way he fell down as well after. Again, he didn't necessarily know where he was going there. Got his ankle sort of twisted a little bit with his studs caught in the grass.
It's kind of aquaplaning there, isn't he, across the surface? They won't want him to join the injury list, which, by the way, at the moment includes Kobe Franklin, Nixon Gomez, DeAndre Kerr, 2 goals for him early in the season. Richie Larea still waiting for him to come back. And a reminder tonight, 2 suspensions as well. And the big one that is so obvious looking out there is no Bernardeschi for this TFC side, while Lorenzo Insigne is on the bench. Home game here against Charlotte at the weekend for TFC. A lot of home matches for them at the moment. Something like 9 in 11, given, of course, they started the season largely on the road while the worst of the Canadian winter passed. I thought you were going to bring some sunshine with you tonight, Ian, but you've brought decidedly Scottish weather.
Yeah, you were looking for that Scottish weather. I brought it as well. We've had sunshine, rain, wind. I'll be surprised if we don't see some snow here by the end of this game. I certainly wouldn't mind them to rain some goals by the time we get done with this matchup as well.
We certainly hope so. The player comparison is presented by Celsius, pure passion and maximum energy with 0 sugar. The midfield battle there for us, Ian, between Coelho and Bueno.
2 of them very aggressive. Obviously in the challenge, Coelho is not bad at obviously breaking plays down. We saw the opportunity at the top of the box from Bueno where maybe he would have wanted that one back again. Here's a chance.
It's Baribo battling on Louis. This is Quinn Sullivan, and across to the near post into the hands of Johnson.
I certainly want to watch going forward because, as you can see, Philadelphia Union, when they do have possession of the ball, they leave 2 back and they're willing to risk it. This is not a good sign here.
Brynhildsen seeing out the 2 minutes, I think, with the off-field treatment rule, and poised to come back on, so they're playing with 10 at the moment. Baribo, the layoff at Damiani, and Vasilev now on his right foot. Didn't really get hold of it.
No, he didn't, but he put himself into that position, though. This is what I love about Indiana Vasilev. He's a risk taker. He's someone who just wants to get forward, put himself into a position that maybe if he gets lucky, the ball falls in his favor, and it does here. Touch is good out of his feet. Strike not good enough from him personally. He'll want that one back again. Comfortable save from Sean Johnson, but he's been active. Opening 30 minutes of this game, a lot of touches on the ball, very creative.
Brynhildsen back on the field. And Klesnes in there strongly.
Klesnes, the timing.
The chance for Indiana Vasilev, who, of course, Bradley Carnell had at St. Louis. Bradley Carnell, 908 days at the helm at St. Louis, as that goes out for a goal kick. Just 147 for the man who ultimately was his main successor, Olaf Melberg, who parted ways with St. Louis last night. Bradley Carnell now prospering at Philadelphia, and a reboot potentially in St. Louis again. Year 3 for them in MLS.
It's worked out very well for Bradley Carnell. Now he's in charge of a very good group of players, a very talented group of players, and he has potential to really make some noise in Major League Soccer this season.
Referee wants to hold play here. Damiani, the man down.
Doesn't look too happy here, Damiani. Little collision as he actually gets to the ball first there. Receives a bit of contact from Wingo. he stays down, which was concerning at first. He looks like he's okay now. He's back up on his feet and away he goes. The contact certainly was there.
So they'll restart play with an uncontested drop ball. But you never featured in an uncontested drop ball, did you, Ian?
Oh, how the game has changed, Tony.
Feet in everywhere. A bit like that from Coelho there. And that's a free kick, 30 yards out from goal. They wanted advantage there because they're saying, well, look, if you'd played on, Westfield was away and he'd put the ball in the net for good measure, but the whistle had long gone.
Yeah, whistle had gone, players that stopped play. Union are not happy about this as well. It was a foul. Certainly a proper collision as well in a really dangerous position. Philadelphia have a right to complain here, though. More often than not, I'd like to see the play go all the way through. Keep your whistle out of your mouth, let the play go through. Very quickly, very eager, the referee, to blow the whistle there because of the contact. You could clearly see that Damiani played a lovely ball in behind. He was frustrated.
Nevertheless, it does provide Philly with a chance, albeit from a fair distance out, but Klesnes is poised, and we have seen him hit them from long range before.
He's always a surprising suspect when he steps up over the ball. But if you've watched him in Major League Soccer before, you certainly have seen him absolutely rocket them on target. In these conditions as well, if you can get it on target, it's really going to test the goalkeeper.
Wagner's there as well. It's a long way out. It's Klesnes, and, well, it's a good strike, but always going wide.
Not many people, Tony, around Major League Soccer would call that a good strike. Good strike for a centre-back, put in Rosed.
That's true. clean strike. Catching practice for that group right behind the goal.
Look at the high pressure from Philadelphia Union though. Waiting for Toronto, pass the ball, high pressure, waiting for your moment to nick the ball. Now the ball's gone long, how can you get back? Well-organised team.
And another foul from Coelho. He pleads his innocence, but it'll be a free kick.
Well, it's a couple of challenges now. Coelho's not frightened to go into a challenge. You can clearly see there's a little contact on the head-to-head. You've always got to be very careful in situations like that.
Inside the last 10 minutes of this scoreless first half then. Run out of room, that'll be a throw to TFC. This is the 300th MLS regular season home game for Toronto. They won 123 of them. Very first one was in April 2007 against the Kansas City Wizards. They were beaten 1-0 on that occasion. It was the kind of Danny Dicchio era of TFC.
Very good team back in the day. I had to remind myself the last time I'd actually visited this stadium was 17 years ago. There's another challenge.
Quinn Sullivan. A free kick and a word from the referee there. Just to everybody, calm it down. These are the team benches built by the Home Depot on a night where some regulars have dropped down to the bench. The likes of Rosted and Long among them from the TFC back line. Kevin Sullivan, of course, among the substitutes for Philadelphia. Danley as well. Andrew Rick, who's been doing a fine job in goal for Philadelphia, deputising for Andre Blake, and indeed Rick among those called up for the US under-19s today. They've got some games coming up, and a couple of players on the Philly side indeed will be joining him. David Vasquez, CJ Olney, a June camp for the under-19s, Spain and Ukraine. Both those games to be played in Benidorm in Spain. quickly. Jamaican veteran. Harriel away.
Benidorm.
We both reference Benidorm. We kind of know a little bit of that, being Europeans.
Well, I might have got into a bit of trouble when I was playing for the US youth national teams in my day when we made some interesting visits, but Benidorm, Spain, thankfully it wasn't on my schedule back in the day.
It's a little like a kind of Nashville or Las Vegas type town. Lovely sunshine. Now this breaks to the edge of the box. It's Flores to hit it and cleared away from Klesnes. Monlouis back over the top. I think Spicer might have been offside if he tried to play it. Klesnes away again. And Sparibo with the flick on. Well, territorially at least, Toronto now got the ball up and playing inside the Philly half. Corbeanu. And he commits the foul while going down. Brace on his birthday in Montreal a couple of weeks ago.
Do you know what, Tony? I think Robin Fraser will be happy. With the scoreline right now, they've weathered a bit of a storm with the pressure coming from Philadelphia Union. They've created a couple of good chances, the Union. They haven't found a way past Sean Johnson. Another challenge there.
That's Wingo's challenge. Referee indicating he felt the arm was raised. Captain Jonathan Osorio to hear the opinion of the referee quite clearly. It was obvious who was doing the talking in that conversation.
I'm all for the referee blowing the whistle, but you've got to allow these players play. Anytime there's collision above the head, then yes, I accept it. If there's an elbow there, if there's a clash of head to head. But Wingo has every single right to utilize his arm in some way to be able to gain some advantage. To me, that's not a foul.
To see how long Henry Wingo can go tonight back from injury. Klesnes with the header from the free kick and wide of the target, but there's a flag up down on the near side.
What a chance though, Tony. This is another exquisite visit all the way over from Kai Wagner. What a cross! I mean, he's just got an unbelievable left foot. It's very close. You can see the right boot right there of Spicer. Might be playing him onside. I think he's offside and it's probably the right decision at the end of the day. He'll be disappointed Klesnes didn't get that one on target regardless.
I think if it had gone in, they would have looked at it for a while. Corbeanu. The cross ultimately deflected. And there's Osorio to hit it. Tough one to control, and over the top it goes for the goal kick.
It's frustrating for these Toronto fans because they want to see their team play pretty football. They want to be entertaining. But I feel like sometimes they just rush it, and this is one of your more experienced players, Osorio at the top of the box. There's no composure in that position, and that's what I want to see from Jonathan Osorio. He's the captain. I know he's just come back from injury. A little bit more composure.
A lot of home games, as I mentioned, for Toronto. Another one coming up this Saturday night, 7:30 Eastern, from here at BMO Field against Dean Smith and Charlotte. MLSsoccer.com/tickets. So the likes of Wilfried Zaha here potentially for a Charlotte team that have been up and down of late. Here's Etienne Jr. into the box for Osorio. Good save, Andre Blake. Flag stayed down as well, and that's Brynhildsen over the top.
Well, there's the excitement coming from these TFC fans. Determined to get that opening goal. It's beautifully crafted on the right-hand side. What a delivery into the danger zone. And it's well attacked by Osorio. Wonderful save from Blake, who's back in between the sticks. And second time around, Brynhildsen tries something special. But this is the chance right there from Osorio. Scored at the weekend, trying to add to that with another goal. Second time around. I think he recognized a few cameramen. Tried to pull off the spectacular.
Oh, Brynhildsen, and he came closer actually when he did it from long distance at the weekend against Nashville. Ola Brynhildsen, galvanized by his goal in Montreal and the 6-1 walloping of their northern rivals, and said to Robin Fraser when we chatted to him this week, he looks 2 foot taller, quicker, everything about him, Brynhildsen.
Yep.
looks better since he's got that goal, and Robin Fraser says he's the best kept secret in the league. Here come Philly.
That's a big statement from Robin Fraser to say that he's the best kept secret. But if you look at his work rate already going up against Klesnes, there's a real battle between the two of them. Chances are being created. I love his work rate. Certainly got something about him.
Still the Armour Bueno. Couple of minutes left then in this scoreless first half.
Better from Toronto. You know, that urgency to try and play, try and pass, try and create. There's almost a belief there. And yeah, they're in the opposition half, which is absolutely needed after spending 20 full minutes in your own half.
And keeping that man very engaged. So with all that considered, I think it's a kind of, it'll be a feeling of an element of a first half win for Robin Fraser to go in.
Yeah.
If they do it 0-0, weathering the storm.
Yeah, very much so. And I think we've got to talk a little bit about that save right there from Andre Blake.
Yeah.
I mean, that reaction back in between the sticks, it's never easy when you get back in there and all of a sudden you're asked to pull off a wonder save. And Osorio was only, what, 5-6 yards in front of him. It's a great reaction. 2 brilliant saves today, and that's why we're level at zeros.
Will that change before half-time? Spicer to line up the long throw. Vasilev went up, Flores there as well. Headed away to the edge of the box and ultimately cleared away by the Union. Wingo goes direct, looking for Corbeanu. When Westfield couldn't step up to that one, so Spicer will keep it in. It's good tracking back from Vasilev.
Great defending from Vasilev to get back there. Good spell from Toronto though going forward.
Added time is presented by Audi. We go into 4 minutes at the end of this first half, and it starts with Damiani foiled by Raul Petretta. Coelho, good ball. Good pace on that, wasn't there, to Etienne Jr. Now it's Corbeanu. 3 in the middle for the cross. Comes through to Osorio. Osorio thought about the shot. He'll go wide. They'll tee it up again. Laid back for Coelho. Shaped to shoot as well. Now he goes wide. More numbers in the middle. And TFC in stoppage time at the end of the first half have their first corner.
Good play, good urgency, looking for that space. You've got to credit Philadelphia Union for their defensive movement. I mean, no space to get a strike away, no space to get a cross into the box. The work rate from Philadelphia is remarkable. But this is a nice bit of pressure from TFC ahead at half-time.
So the corner count will tick up to 1, 3-1 in added time of a goalless game. That's gone out. We could see that from high in our lofty position up here at midfield.
Almost hit the CN tower.
Yeah. Which is rather in the clouds tonight. If you go to the very top, I think you're looking down on the clouds.
Big half-time team talk coming out from both coaches. Bradley Cornell will be happy and relaxed with this team. They've created chances, very good on the road once again. They've had a real good record this season on the road, and they'll look to try and gain momentum in the second period. And I wonder for Robin Fraser, what's going to be the words he says to his team? They were sitting back defending for a large portion of this first half.
Wagner, the left-footed ball in, Monlouis away. That's nice from Coelho. Oh, and he wasn't on the same page as Osorio. They actually had something going there if that pass had been completed. Instead, TFC have to get numbers back behind the ball. Now perhaps they can break. Osorio became a member of the 50-50 club, goals and assists at the weekend with that 50th goal. Corbeau's got good pace, shows it there. Klesnes to intercept.
His positional play is exceptional. It's not a bad ball.
He's got Monlouis having to think about that, and Johnson helping out the young former Arsenal graduate.
Can be confusing as that last defender when it goes over your head. You know you can't win the header, and the last thing you want to do is let it bounce on this surface. You can clearly see that Sean Johnson is well aware. He's at the top of his box. Anytime that ball is around his sweeper-keeper position, he's there.
Westfield. Tim Junior away. Sullivan now on that left flank. Nice interchange with Wagner. Hung up, and Bueno hits it. Arriving beautifully, and then ultimately after the initial save, it's turned behind for a corner.
Well, it's another good save from Sean Johnson. The ball into the danger zone is excellent. How Bueno makes contact on this ball is absolutely beyond me. I mean, he is stretching, giving absolutely everything he can get to get contact on the ball, and to hit it on the half volley regardless, getting it on target. That is a brilliant strike. Fortunately for him, it's right at Sean Johnson.
He's come some 15 yards on that run. He put the motors on to even reach that ball. It wasn't even in a consideration.
Another great delivery though, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3 times Philadelphia Union have just put in delicious deliveries that probably deserve better, deserve a finish.
This could be the last action of this first half. So another Wagner corner from this Philly team. So dangerous from set pieces. Monlouis gets there first. Flores away. And with that, the whistle goes for half-time at BMO Field. And we are scorelessly enjoy as they head to the locker rooms.
Yeah, listen, it's very even. I know Philadelphia Union created the better opportunities, and they'll be disappointed that they didn't score. But there's a lot left to play in the second 45.
Both goalkeepers have made fine saves. And at half-time at BMO Field, it is Toronto 0, Philadelphia 0. Half-time is next.
What's up, insiders, TFC fans? Oh, why is this not showing the chat? Come on, or me. What's going on here? There I am. All right, now I just got to get this chat figured out. Good to see everybody here in the TFC versus Philadelphia Union live stream. Where is my TFC hat? Being Toronto Sports Insider, we do a lot of moving between Blue Jays streams. Our Blue Jays are live right now as well. Cheers to everybody here in the chat. Marceline, Tiago, Cesar, Ryan T, Carmen, Jose Gonzalez, Jefferson. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. 0-0 here at the half. Properties. Boom. How about now? Nope, that didn't do it. Man. Nah, it won't take it. All right, so the chat will not go. How about now? Will it take it now? No, it will not take it now. There it is. Had to close out the sub count there for it to work. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Ryan T, I love it, man. Good to see you. As well, got to pull up the sub counter again here. Boom. There it is. All right, so now we got the sub count, which is still not showing. Ay, marron, let's go. Come on. All right, Sean Johnson. Big ups to Sean Johnson. Lots of good saves there. How the Jays doing, Mike? 0-0 at last check. Yes, still 0-0. We've got top of the second inning. Blue Jays have a man on. Barger got a single. Nathan Luke's at bat with 2 outs. So that one just started up. We've got the Canes and the Panthers going as well. The Hurricanes up 1-0 in that one. Let's take you back to the Apple halftime stuff here, and then I'll chime back in a second.
The border in Toronto tonight. BMO Field, half-time. Toronto 0, Philadelphia 0. Cool evening. And fans, well, staying warm, and the goalkeepers have been staying warm in this first half as well. We might have had no goals so far, Ian Joy, but certainly no shortage of good opportunities in front of goal.
Yeah, very good, and I think the early stages of this game, the quality was coming from that left-hand side. Kai Wagner putting the ball into a danger zone. I mean, Sean Johnson has pulled off some remarkable saves in his career. This might be up there with the best of them. Damiani with the effort. I mean, this is absolute class. I mean, world-class ability to get that on target, and realistically, it probably deserved more. And we continue a little bit of pressure on the left-hand side. Again, you see it's a cross into a danger zone, hoping that someone can just get an effort on goal. Bueno at the top of the box. He's been in that position a couple of times. This one is deflected wide, but you could clearly see that Sean Johnson was alert. He was aware. He was slightly worried. And at that near post, he had to make sure he got across there just in case this one snuck in. Great defender from Toronto, though. I know they've had a number of opportunities on target, but Toronto never gave up. They continued to put the pressure on. And then, of course, the chance they did create, Toronto, in the closing stages of the game, the momentum sort of swung in their favour. First time around, Osorio arrives perfectly, pulls off a classy save from Andre Brink. That is a brilliant delivery, an excellent execution from Osorio, but he just found Blake in the right place at the right time. Brynhildsen's been busy on the first 45 minutes, but that effort he's going to want back again.
Brynhildsen yet to add his goal tally of 1 for the season. One more chance just before half-time.
Great effort. I mean, the ball again comes into a danger zone. I don't think that Bueno had any right of getting there and redirecting this on target. It's pure will that got him there. Unfortunately for the Union tonight, Sean Johnson's been class.
There are the numbers at the end of this first half. The position bang on 50% each. The chances on target edged by Philly by 3-1. They edged the XG as well, but both sides at below 0.5 on that first 45 minutes of evidence so far. But the scoreline, Toronto 0, Philadelphia Union 0. So they've been looking to find a breakthrough, but no way past Sean Johnson. An outstanding save, one of the key highlights, and one of the reasons why this game is goalless. As we continue.
At RBC Wealth Management, we know you have ideas for your...
There we go. We've got the stats up here now. Yeah, spot on. Sean Johnson, some great saves there. We've got to make this a fortress again. We got to make BMO a fortress again. TFC fans, you remember those nights down by the lakeshore. The rainy 2-game set in the Eastern Conference Finals against Montreal when we were winning trophies, when we would win the Canadian Championship every single year. That team had heart. That team was, my God. Hopefully, TFC will start to refine those winning ways. But I wanted to give a quick shout out to, where to go? Kids Up Front Toronto. All right, so let me pull it up here. There it is. Donate your unused tickets. And that is something that MLSE has going with this Kids Up Front. And I just wanted to give a big shout out to this program, as tonight is our first night that the tickets are donated through this program. So hopefully we've got somebody in those awesome seats there, right there in 222, 222, 223. Row number 3, right over the TFC bench. A great program here, and I am just thrilled that, because these midweek games especially, they're not moving. TFC is struggling this season, and this is a great, great thing. Check it out. We'll put the link out in the chat as well because it is an awesome program here, and we will be donating, I'm sure, a lot more TFC tickets throughout the rest of this season here. From Toronto Sports Insider and G6 Entertainment. Now, we've got to get back to the soccer as well as the basketball. Just started up the basketball stream. We've got 80 people over there and a whole bunch of bots with those cool purple crowns there. The bots, hey, the bots made it over here now. Just hit it in the basketball stream, so now we're going to hide the bot over here. Make sure to share this link out to your friends. Let's get more TFC fans here in the chat, hanging out with us, creating the best TFC community on the internet. Want to do some work with Toronto Till I Die guys, as well as a few other TFC people moving forward here. So it should be fun. Let's get back to the second half. Go TFC, go. Great performance so far. Let's keep it up, defense and Sean Johnson. And come on, let's get a goal here and show that we don't need the Italians. Bernardeschi is yellow card accumulation, I believe, and Insigne on the bench. So let's see if he comes in to inject some life into our squad and maybe bag a goal here and pick up 3 points at BMO Field at home. Let's go TFC. Come on, you Reds. Let's get back to the glory days. Good to see ya. Ryan T, yes, man. We linked up with the SOP season preview. We're going to link up some more as well once I get into the summer for sure. Go TFC, go. Go Toronto Till I Die podcast. Go check them out. Go kids up front, go. We'll see you back in the chat. We got to get past Andre Blake. He's a hell of a keeper.
Cross into the danger zone, and Jonathan Osorio arrived perfectly. Made a great connection on the ball. And realistically, the goalkeeper shouldn't have a right to make that type of a save, but Blake's positional play is just so good. Easy save in the end for him.
83 caps for Jamaica for Andre Blake as we go to the Gold Cup. This is Major League Performance. This is Audi, official automotive partner of Major League Soccer. The Jonathan Osorio heat map, back in the starting 11 tonight after injury. What are we seeing from him there?
Yeah, very active on the right-hand side, obviously in midfield. Defensively, of course, that's what he was doing for about 30 minutes of this game. Had his opportunity in front of goal. But am I harsh and maybe asking for a little bit more from their captain, from their leader? You certainly saw it in the closing stages of the game, and he almost found that opening goal.
Looking for a talisman, perhaps, and no one better than Osorio. Toronto 0, Philadelphia 0 at half-time. The second half is live and next.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal. No! And if you don't have the right auto, so get Allstate, save money, and be protected.
What's up, soccer fans? Great to see everybody here tonight cheering on TFC. They're live at BMO Field. We're live here on YouTube, hanging out together, cheering on our Reds. And man, it's a tough one tonight against one of the league's best. Dupe comes into town. Yeah, those MLS soccer fans, you know Dupe and Philadelphia. That goal song, it's horrific. I'm sorry, I've never liked it. Even my days back on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Central, plenty of ripping on the Union. But man, they've got a great team this season. 31 points, top of the Eastern Conference, right there. 30 points, right there. One behind the Vancouver Whitecaps. So it's going to be a tough one tonight for our TFC Reds. TSI Allison forgot her phone downstairs. Love you, babe. Here you go. All right. So tonight's going to be a tough test for our Reds, but that's all right. We're going to cheer them on. We've got a triple header outside of this one. It's a quadruple header on TSI tonight. We're celebrating the unboxing of our beautiful new silver plaque play button creator award. Thank you, YouTube, and thank you, TFC, for starting this dream of mine with my soccer channel. And now where we are here on TSI. Now that you're here, make sure you've done all that cool YouTube stuff. Please hit that like button down below and share this link out so we can get more TFC fans here in the chat cheering on our Reds every single game, because God knows we need all the help we can get right now with the performances we've seen from this team outside of a few shining moments like, you know, that great performance in Montreal in the Derby. All right, enough of that. We've got to get to the soccer. Because you're never down here staring at me. Okay. We've got to get to the soccer. We'll see you in the chat. Go TFC, go. Let's get the win.
Town and trying to stalk their prey once more in Major League Soccer this season. Eagle Eyes. And the supporter cam is brought to you by Lowe's. Visit Lowe's for the ultimate assist on your next project. The eyes of those fans on what's going on the field as well. Urging their team to continue to make progress on the field. There are frustrated fan bases, no doubt about that at the moment. They remain loyal to the cause and behind their team tonight. Both teams back out for the second half, or just emerging in the case of TFC, who we believe might be about to make a change as well at half-time. Henry Wingo was one of the players who'd come back from injury and started tonight. Bueno, one of those coming into the side for Philadelphia. They made 4 changes from the team that drew with Miami. It's nice to impress for Bueno, but it's going to be a change on the TFC side, Ian.
Yeah, also interestingly enough, you saw Philadelphia Union out early and ready to go for the second half, and Toronto just sort of holding back a little bit longer. Interesting tactic. Here's that change.
And it is, as we suspected, Henry Wingo out. He was always slated to play 45 minutes in his return from injury. So Sigurd Rosted, who's been a regular, had started the last 10 games, in fact. The man from Oslo will come on for the second half. So the only question here will be where he lines up, and it looks like they'll keep Monlouis as the centre man in the back 3, if indeed they continue with that formation. We'll figure all that as we go. We're underway in the second half, 0-0, but a first half that brought chances at both ends, some stellar goalkeeping performances as well. So as we go into the second half, Ian, we hope that there will be a break to the deadlock as well and some goal action.
Yeah, we're certainly hoping to see that early on in this second period, and I will imagine Toronto making that one change in the second half have to be very, very careful defensively, because Philadelphia Union created chances in that first half. They were dangerous. I think Philadelphia Union will be happy in the first 45 minutes with the chances they created, maybe not so much with the final 15 minutes of that half. Bradley Carnell's gone with a strong 11 here, so I'll be very surprised if Philadelphia Union don't go for all 3 points here. I don't think Bradley Carnell is coming here for 1 point.
You come to a team that's won just 1 home game out of 8, and you're leading your conference. You're 30 points on the board already. You are going to want more than just the 1. Certainly with the game state as it is. Shove there from Damiani, who had a great chance in that first half, denied by Johnson. Free kick. A win for Philadelphia tonight would actually be their best 16-game start to the season. A draw would match 2020 when they won the Supporters' Shield in the shortened COVID year under Jim Curtin. Cool night now. It's dropped to just 11 Celsius, 52 Fahrenheit. We've got steady rain been falling as well. All the flags are blowing behind the goal. We're not far from the lake.
But it's beautiful conditions for football tonight. I mean, realistically, out there as a player, there's absolutely no excuse to go and put out a top performance.
Portretta. Layoff from Azuria for Spicer. That's lovely from Tyrese Spicer, who breaks into the penalty area. Can he now deliver? Holds it up well. Back for Azuria, couldn't control. Oh, the makings of something really special, that for TFC, the way they move that down the left. And that's a late challenge from Baribo, the Golden Boot leader. So far, not on target tonight. It'll be a free kick. This is the win probability. Second half, Philadelphia's win chances down to 38.4. And we're now pushing 40% chance of a stalemate. Flores down the line, Derek Etienne Jr. is away. Brynhildsen's in the middle. Osorio's arriving. Great work from Klesnes.
Quality from Klesnes, timing, positional play, excellent, but this is good pressure from Toronto. They've started positive in this second period.
Coejo for Etienne Jr. stays onside. They spread it wide. It's the right idea. It's just asked a little bit too much, perhaps, of Osorio. He's kept it in. Some good approach play, though, from TFC to start this second half. Spicer's cross. It actually comes to Osorio via the deflection. He was back to goal rather than front, and that's what caused him ultimately to rethink. Some nice openings at the start of the second half from Robin Fraser's men. As here comes Quinn Sullivan for Philly. Deliano stretching and keeping it in under the close attentions of Zane Monlouis. Out it goes for the goal kick. Reminder of the starting lineups. Robin Fraser going with the 3 at the back tonight. The alteration at half-time, seeing Rusted come in. Monlouis getting extended minutes. A player who is making his 4th MLS start tonight. Philadelphia's lineup stronger and welcoming back their captain, Andre Blake. Scored 3 against Miami at the weekend, but ultimately would come off the field a little frustrated, even right up to the last whistle. They had chances to win the game. They were 3-1 up as well.
I wonder if that played into the mindset of Bradley Carnell and his team selection going into this game as well, coming off the back of that game where they should have won. They should have taken all 3 points. And as you pointed out there, Tony, towards the closing stages of the game, and certainly going into the latter stage of the last 5 minutes, you've got the lead by a couple of goals. You can't give that up. And they also had chances themselves to add to their 3 goals. So I think now, going into the second period, that 3 points, what that will do for their confidence, obviously going into the weekend, just got a feeling they're going to absolutely go for it here.
2 for Ty Baribo at the weekend. It was Lukic who hit the post late on, and then Danley who had a header wide from a wonderful ball played in by Frankie Westfield with just about the last touch of the game. Klesnes wins the foot race against Brynhildsen. Away from Blake, who's been bothered by this knee injury, which has restricted him to 9 appearances this season. Man down, though, after that challenge from the high ball. So play will be stopped for a moment to take a look.
It's Damiani is down, and he went down as soon as he landed. A little awkward the way he landed. You can see him going up for the challenge. First time around at Spring Dawn, contact behind. Not sure if he landed awkwardly or he took a knee to the quad area. Certainly holding it. Maybe a little Charlie horse, or as we would say, a dead leg.
Only one thing to do as well in that sense, try and run it off.
Try and run it off. The problem is with a dead leg or a Charlie horse is it's fine for 45 minutes. But try waking up the next morning and getting out of bed, not easy.
And this Philly group will get out of bed in the morning and fly straight to Texas. They have Dallas at the weekend in Frisco. So we talked about the weather. I think all these players across MLS will be thankful that they're playing in these kind of conditions right now, because they know the rigors and the heat of summer is almost upon us. And they'll be playing in some markedly hotter conditions. I suspect it'll be warm in Frisco on Saturday night.
That's one of the most difficult things to do, play away from home in Major League Soccer. I always find it difficult. On a plane, moving from weather condition to weather condition, different cities, different temperatures. It was always difficult to win on the road.
That's what marks a team at the top from a team lower down. You look at Philly, they have the 4 away wins already from 6. They've had a home-heavy schedule as well. They've played 9 games at home. Klesnes will let that go out. The away wins for Philly. Orlando, very impressive. With every week that passes, that looks like a super win. New England, Montreal, and Atlanta, where they rotated again and came away with a 1-0 victory thanks to a Ty Baribo penalty. Atlanta were trailing tonight. Of course, fresh from their Sunday night victory, which they hoped would galvanise them a little bit. Getting Junior underneath this, held up a little bit in the wind. The header though, straight to Corbeanu. Touch a little short. Louis through the back. Well, as well as all the live action that you get across Apple TV, MLS Season Pass, we build up to it all as well. MLS Countdown and La Previa in Spanish, of course. Kane and Kyle and the crew get you all action and ready. 6:30 Eastern on Saturdays, and indeed every match night. Here's a corner now for Philly. It'll be their 5th of the game.
This is where they can be dangerous. They were at the weekend as well, dead ball situations. Can they spring a surprise?
Approaching 10 minutes played in the second half. A team with 10 set-piece goals on the season, the Philadelphia Union. And the header over the top and wide from Baribo.
You can tell they work hard on their set pieces, Philadelphia Union, corner kicks in particular. Always a threat. They've got a real presence inside that penalty area, and you can clearly see, obviously, with what we witnessed in the first half as well, their delivery, their execution and quality of cross is just top-notch.
Between Brynhildsen and Klesnes out there tonight.
Yeah, fun to watch. It really is. Both of them going at it.
Sullivan, Baribo's made a run just off the shoulder. He's got support arriving from Westfield on the right. Bueno made a run as well. Spicer's header away. Went as far as Lukic. The layoff for Baribo from Bueno. Spicer needed to get that touch in. He sent it behind for a corner, but lurking right behind him was Westfield.
Yeah, very good defending to actually make the last contact on the ball and just simply put it out for a corner kick. He had a chance for Philadelphia Union to be dangerous from that corner. But this is better. I want to see a bit more selfishness, though, from Philadelphia Union. It's almost as if they're trying to link that extra pass, that next connection onwards, instead of just being selfish and having a pop yourself. There's chances out there for them to really just shoot a bit more often on goal.
Oh, they've gone short. We saw them do this at the weekend. Not initially picked up. Baribo trying to pick up a second ball, cleared away. Just for a moment, it was almost deja vu because it was Quinn Sullivan breaking to the edge of the box. He caught Miami napping on Saturday night and then finished superbly. Time the touch too heavy. Westfield, and out it goes for a goal kick. Historically, Philly have not had the best of times here. 18th meeting at this stadium. Toronto have actually won 10 of them to Philly's 3. Speaking of history, some youngster on the bench, of course, tonight for Philly. Will we see Kevin Sullivan? Youngest player in the North American Major Leagues as well when he made his debut last year. Will he be introduced this evening? just had a thought coming into this game, would Cavan Sullivan maybe get that first start? He's played 2 starts in the US Open Cup, a combined 210 minutes as well, with one of the games going to extra time. He is exactly 15 years and 8 months old today. There's his brother Quinn, who's been doing so well and will be heading off for international duty soon. Some work to do for Philadelphia here for this free kick.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Osorio in possession of the ball here.
The Reds slotting in as Osorio delivers, and the header over from Flores. There's an offside flag going up anyway.
He's disappointed though. He recognises this was a very nice delivery into a dangerous position. He's disappointed he didn't get it on target.
On the subject of internationals, Gold Cup players all across the field, Andre Blake, one of them. Davy Flores is in the preliminary Gold Cup squad for Honduras, and they'll face Canada at BC Place over in Vancouver on June 17th. The Matchday Live scores are presented by AT&T. Houston now 2 up at NYC. Orlando still leading 2-1 in Atlanta and going so well at the moment. New England have a lead in DC. Nashville lead in Columbus. So the away teams prospering at the moment. That Austin RSL game is looking like it's in for a long night. Brynhildsen against Klesnes again. Down he goes. Now is Brynhildsen feeling there was a little bit of an arm from Klesnes. He stayed down. Play continues as we approach the hour.
Again, I think this is just excellent defending from Klesnes. Maybe a bit of contact, and he's entitled to make that contact. I'm not sure why the referee's stopping the game here. I mean, there's really no reason to stop the game at this moment in time. Let's have a look at the collision once again, and you can clearly see it's a good ball into a dangerous position, inviting Brynhildsen to attack the ball. There's contact there, hip to hip. Klesnes has every right to make contact there.
Leg injury or a leg knock for Brynhildsen.
Robin Fraser is frustrated right now, having a conversation with the referee and the side official. Why on earth they stopped this game? There's no reason to stop the game. Play on. If it's a head injury, yes, I understand it. If it's a serious injury, I absolutely understand it. No reason to stop that.
Rostin coming across, Damiani goes with him, a little slip, and the throw Philly's way, and they're getting on with things. Vasilev, it's out, the final touch of Indiana. Vasilev over to a goal kick.
You can hear the screams of Sean Johnson. He wants to play this one quickly. Toronto player's not in position for him to be able to do that, and letting his feelings known with the loudest voices out there.
Louis with the interception, sorted a little bit short going back when Sullivan was there. Johnson, evasive action. A goalkeeper who will turn 36 on Saturday. Sharp reactions, quickly back in. Vasilev's ball in, Monlouis up there with Baribo. There was a big old battle going in between those two as well on the edge of the 6-yard box. Bueno sliding it for Vasilev. Philly just starting to look a little bit of a threat, but there's a breakaway for TFC and Corbeanu all over his defender. It's a free kick.
Well, he doesn't need to go into it as aggressively as he does, Corbeanu. Just needs to be a bit more patient. He's got a bit of pressure as well. Etienne Jr. making his way forward. He's got some support with him. I don't know why he felt the need to make a foul there.
Well, we're inside the last half hour, and the thing you would say about both these teams, we've remarked about how Philly would not necessarily be content at this point to walk away with a point. And for Toronto, they've only got one home win. And this is a side Robin Fraser's team have been shut out 5 times at home already. Knew to a certain extent goals was going to be perhaps one of the early season challenges. It's proved that, but they have to try and change things. They're looking for some kind of spark of inspiration to do that.
Yeah, but it's almost as if they're hoping to make that happen, Tony, rather than understanding exactly where the next person's going to run. What's our tactical approach once we do get the ball in the opposition half, in that final third? There's no real belief either within that group. You can see there's no confidence there, and it's frustrating. I've played in many teams where that confidence has been completely lacking. But you're going up against one of the best teams in Major League Soccer, and you've got to be very careful in situations like this.
Yeah, you just sense Philly might be about to seize the moment. Sullivan, Wagner. Oh, it went right across the face of the goal mouth and somehow didn't go in. It actually beat Sean Johnson at his near side. Another ball deep. Rosted heads away. Quinn Sullivan controls. Klesnes, who along with Harriel has maintained order in front of Andre Blake for the most part tonight. Goodness me, that was close as that cross came in. I think if you beat Sean Johnson at the near post there, the ball's going to go in.
You're always asking how on earth a situation like that happens. I mean, Sean Johnson left his near post completely exposed. I mean, again, it's a brilliant run forward from Kai Wagner. Look how open Sullivan is. It's a great little touch. Combination's brilliant. Look how far away from the near post Sean Johnson is. He's lucky that there wasn't that Union player gambling behind him to get on the end of that cross. Brilliant delivery again from Wagner, trying something different.
Philly planning a couple of changes. Harriel in with the challenges there. Klesnes, his central defensive partner, ultimately does the clearing. Looks like 2 changes coming up. Danley being readied. And Mikel Uhr as well. So 20 minutes into the second half, Bradley Carnell about to make the alteration, the adjustment. And it's such a busy phase of play. Substitutes can be absolutely critical.
Life of luxury also to be able to bring 2 quality players like that off the bench in a match like this that can be so decisive by your substitutions.
And he's got game-changing kind of players of skill. He's got the youth of Kevin Sullivan. He's got the veteran ability and experience of Alejandro Bedoya on there as well. Also got Ben Bender, the recent signing who was released by Charlotte, former first-round draft pick. Getting an opportunity at the Union. Klesnes has had freedom to bring it quite well forward, and Westfield's cross cleared away by Rosted. There's a flag up. It'll be a free kick. And at this point, we might see the changes made. Down on the touchline. Danley's been outstanding. Really since he arrived, but has excelled this season. Jesus Bueno has had a good game in there in the engine room in midfield alongside Lukic will come out.
I think it's a good time to make that substitution as well, because it brings fresh legs and a great deal of energy in the middle of the park, but also offensively, a new creation, a new idea. Uhr brings that.
Uhr and Baribo then. The new strike force. And Danley goes in alongside Lukic, as he has done for the bulk of the games this season in that Philadelphia midfield. Two straight away wins for Philly coming into this one, including the victory at Atlanta. They were beaten by a solitary goal to 0 by New York City. Brynhildsen against Harriel.
Bit of belief now from Philadelphia that they can actually win this. You can see the offensive mindset sort of switched. The determination is clearly there. The energy's gone up a notch. Can the quality go up a notch as well?
Robin Fraser has a deeper bench as well tonight, but they're not all fully fit. And there are some players on there that are really filling the spots, so he won't have the luxury probably of quite many changes, but he may well have to. The heat map is presented by IHG, 19 brands, 6,000 destinations. Download the app today. Yana Vasilev is the focus of that heat map, Ian, and he's on the ball right now.
Very good performance once again from him. You always kind of know what you're going to get. Very consistent chance here.
It's going to be hit by Danley, and the substitute makes his mark straight away, bringing the save from Sean Johnson away to his left.
Yeah, a good strike from Danley. On the field, not only brings a great deal of energy, pace and determination to get forward, he's got this quality from distance where he's not frightened to have a pop. Good hold-up play from Uar. Look how far out he is, but still that confidence to just have a ping at goal. It's another good save. It's a comfortable save in the end from Sean Johnson.
3 goals in all competitions on the season for Danley from midfield, and that's one Louis from inside the 6-yard box. Westfield had nipped in behind again.
Tough position though for Toronto now. Now they're stuck back inside their own half. You can see that the belief is starting to really raise to another level from Philadelphia Union. They're going for this. They're absolutely going for 3 points.
Corbanu. It's a counter-attack and a break for TFC. This might be the way it shapes up for them for the remainder of the game as well. Unless they can shift the momentum. Here they come with Etienne Jr. The cross is left for Osorio by Brynhildsen. That was smart. Coejo, support from Spicer. There are numbers in the middle. And the cross has gone straight behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, disappointing outcome. Counter-attack, as you pointed out there, Tony. This is where it's going to have to come from Toronto. And not a bad effort as well going forward. Just a disappointing finish there.
16 becoming a favourite of those fans. When they've had the brief openings in the second half, I'm thinking the first couple of minutes after half-time, it's come from down that left side. Harriel's header. It's Flores for Osorio. A little slip from Klesnes, lets in Brynhildsen. And, well, they want a penalty for the challenge after he got the shot away. It went straight at Andre Blake. Osorio leads the complaints. Brynhildsen back under his feet.
Well, it's 2 or 3 times he's asked for a little bit of help from the officials here. Maybe Brynhildsen needs to focus more on his finishing. Great touch first initially to get it out of his feet. But the effort is poor. It's a comfortable save once again. What a chance.
Try and take those chances at the other end. Vasilev. And just hacked away by Petretta for a corner. Quick shift of momentum downfield from the Philadelphia Union. Brynhildsen has that 1 goal so far. 6th straight start tonight for him.
Good chance though. Top of the box, that's exactly where you want Brynhildsen to be, with an effort on goal, but it's got to be more accurate. Better quality, needs...
Watching Federico Bernardeschi, out suspended tonight. So he would have liked to wrap his left foot around one of those. Here's the corner, that's a good header away from Flores. And the break potentially for Corbanu. Klesnes, who's upfield, is the man that was the intended target for the corner. He's having to track back. Corbanu using his pace, and he wins the throw at the other end of the field. And will shift play downfield.
That's good play from Corbanu, just trying to break himself forward. Again, Philadelphia Union, once they don't have success with that set play, they leave themselves exposed defensively in risk of going for a goal. And I'm okay with those tactics. If you get the goal, it's worthwhile. You always have to be careful and aware that that counter-attack is on. Well defended, good recovery.
So Spicer is the man possessing the long throw. Here it comes now, a little bump from Flores. Spotted by the referee, free kick.
You know when you have a referee like this that's very whistle happy? Any type of contact, minimal contact, sometimes no contact, he'll blow his whistle. I think it's better to just try and do everything you possibly can not to make any contact whatsoever, so you give yourself a chance. Frustration's clearly evident on that Toronto FC bench. They don't think that was a foul. To me, it was. The referee certainly whistle happy tonight.
Robin Fraser's talked a lot about needing his team to understand game situations, because, as he points out, you know, you can't stop a game every few minutes, pull them over to one side and tell them how they need to be when certain situations unfold. And again, that's maybe just a moment, isn't it, where you right, look, referee's going to call that kind of stuff. You're going to have to be a bit smarter.
Yeah, you've got to be. And sometimes you have to use it to your advantage instead of using it against yourself. How many times have we seen Brynhildsen go down and it's worked against him now? Chance here for Philly.
It's Quinn Sullivan teeing it up on his right foot. There's a dangerous ball in, and was lurking. Really important header away. And now Spicer to bring it away. And he's going to be clipped on the far side. And it'll be a free kick. Vasilev's challenge. Wondered where Bradley Carnell could go on his bench. Could he go youth? Could he go experience? His next move will be experience. Alejandro Bedoya preparing to come on. Here comes Quinn Sullivan. Baribo going through the middle. Danley down the left. Poor touch. Since Philly have decided this is a game they really now need to try and lock down and get the noses in front in. There's a collision on the side. Eric Etienne Jr. has actually gone right into the red hat and the match directors down there. Brynhildsen as the ball's played the other way. Corbeanu in the middle. Brynhildsen's into the box here, and Brynhildsen has rifled it into the roof of the net and has given Toronto a shot lead with 15 minutes to play. He hit that so hard, and they are so happy. It's Toronto 1, Philadelphia 0.
Well, these Toronto fans have waited patiently for an opportunity to celebrate. And my, oh my, has Brynhildsen given them something special. This is pure class. The timing of the run, waiting patiently for his chance to get him behind. The question would be, where's Philadelphia's defense? They switch off and they invite Brynhildsen to just go to goal. And he says, thank you very much. That is an absolute banger. Composure at its very best. Execution, next level. Toronto getting that 1-goal lead.
Well, it almost played out in slow motion, didn't it? It became a chance that grew and grew in its possibilities. The more you saw Brynhildsen just bearing down on goal there, and you thought, this is a real chance, but he's got to finish. The challenge has been laid down to him. The league's best kept secret, Robin Fraser said. He's just had the breakout moment potentially. And here he goes again. He's behind Klesnes. Harriel goes across. It's Brynhildsen for TFC. Just moments before it looked like Philly were turning the screw. Now, Toronto lead, and the leaders are trailing. Corbeanu. He's kept it in play. It's still Corbeanu, and it's just over this time.
Oh, you can hear the stands absolutely rocking here, and rightfully so. Bit of quality from Corbeanu once he gets him behind, and then just can't redirect that strike on target. Deserved a little bit better. It's defended a little bit more by Philadelphia Union this time around, but going back to that goal, where on earth was Philadelphia's defense? They just completely switched off. And I'm glad you pointed out, it's almost as if it was slow motion for Brynhildsen as he was running towards goal. You're waiting for Klesnes, someone to come over and close him down. Nobody helped out Andre Blake there, and Brynhildsen said thank you.
Well, confirmation we gave you with Ali Bedoya is on the field. It was Vasilev who went off. It's going to be another change here for TFC. Zaymon Louis' night is over. They're going to bring Kevin Long on, so he will partner Rosted. Long, one of those who's had a busy stretch, 4 games in 14 days. So, but he comes on now for an absolutely critical last 13 minutes or so. What this could be for TFC, the Eastern Conference leaders, playing with confidence and suddenly behind.
By the way, Montluis's performance was excellent tonight. Every single header he was competitive, he was aggressive defensively. I thought his timing was perfect. This is absolutely a defensive switch from Robin Fraser, looking to try and protect this lead. But with momentum in your favour, you might as well push and try and get that second.
What a difference a goal can make. That's Brynhildsen's first goal at BMO Field, having scored on the road at Montreal in that 6-1 victory that TFC hoped would be the game-changing moment of their season. They've got plenty of work still to do in the remaining stages of this game, though, because Philly had seemed to be seizing the momentum, and here's the cross into the box. Baribo lurking, important header away. And that's Flores. Wagner now pressing on Spicer. Well, what late drama we have had here at BMO Field. The cross in from Wagner. Baribo was up there, as was Bedoya arriving. It was him going up and contesting the header. And Brynhildsen now showing a bit of physical strength upfield as that ball bounces.
Very good from Brynhildsen to get his body in the mix. I thought this was initially a foul on the cross from Philadelphia's left-hand side, and there was a collision inside that penalty area.
Man down. This exclusive net cam replay is brought to you by T-Mobile. See that moment earlier where Sean Johnson, the ball on the near side.
That was crazy. I always question my goalkeeper in that position. You know, why take that step to the left-hand side away from the post? Always protect that near post. And again, he's very lucky that no one gambled in behind him.
You would rarely see, in fact, I can't think of too many occasions where I've seen a ball beat the goalkeeper on that side and go right across effectively the goal line and out. Petretta, the man who was injured.
I thought this was a foul. Petretta does well getting up there. Certainly a collision. It's also the follow-through from Bedoya's leg that maybe makes more contact. Referee said, nope, not having any of it.
Inside the last 10 minutes then. And Toronto have something to cling on to through that man, Ola Brynhildsen. He's on loan from Midfield in Denmark. He played at Molde last year on loan. It's an opportunity for him to impress on this side of the Atlantic, and I've told you how highly Robin Fraser thinks about him. Etienne Jr.'s got to defend here under the pressures of Ua, and he's been ultimately fouled, says the referee. It'll be a free kick.
He doesn't agree, Ua. That was great determination right there, the way he tracked it down. I thought that was very good defending. Again, I don't agree with the referee's whistle here. Maybe just let it play a little bit more.
Fitting, we've got the Icelandic chant going out. We've got a few Scandinavians out there tonight, and it's one who has broken the deadlock, and emphatically for Toronto. Will it take them to all 3 points? They got a fair chunk of time to see out yet, and 1 or 2 scares along the way you would anticipate from the Eastern Conference leaders who are about to Ben Bender into the game for Quinn Sullivan.
Yeah, not his best performance. He was very active and involved in that first 45 minutes, certainly in the first 30 minutes of this game, Quinn Sullivan. It didn't have too many instances where he was in possession of the ball in the right areas in the second period, and I'm not too bothered about the substitution. I think Bender comes on and can offer something from that midfield area.
Welcome to Philadelphia for Ben Bender, the former first-round pick from Charlotte, getting his first minutes in a Philly shirt, having been released. His time in Charlotte marred by a bad injury, so he's back and wanting football. And that's Lukic.
Good football.
Oh, it's nicely worked.
That's a point.
Play Bender in.
Disappointment that final pass though from Philadelphia. Such a good footballing side. The movement of the ball is always excellent, but in the decisive areas tonight, they've somehow got it wrong for their danger players, right? You haven't seen Baribo being active enough, certainly in front of goal. Isn't it that clear-cut chance that he's wanted, he's desired? This game's been frustrating for him, but one thing's for sure, he's never going to give up.
They've kept him out there. He's got the 13 goals. He's the Golden Boot leader by a mile at the moment. No one else has got more than 2 in MLS in the team.
Yeah.
Now that's taken a deflection as Spicer made the challenge on Westfield. It's going to be a TFC corner. Just their second of the game. A game they lead by a goal to 0. A goal that really shook this stadium to its foundations, but almost came out of nothing. My word, did Brynhildsen make something of it, and extra gusto behind the beat of the drum now. Corner for Toronto. Saying there, it's Brynhildsen just been pushed out of shot there on the right.
He's going up against Baribo here, and both of them are going at it. Brynhildsen's a nuisance inside that penalty area. Very active, tough to mark.
Here comes the corner. Rusted was going up. Harriel was in there, and on the turn, goal bound from Long. Quickly picked up by Blake. The match momentum's presented by Old Spice, and you can see the trend mostly on the Philly side, and the brief break for the Toronto goal. And at the other end of the field, they've quickly turned defense into attack, and now they have a corner. But look at that second half. And it does reflect how the goal came out of nowhere, really.
Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, you give credit to Toronto for the way they've defended in the second period. They've limited the clear-cut chances, and they took their chance. When momentum swung in their favour, that one chance they needed in front of goal, they snapped it up.
Charlie Sharp, Matty Longstaff coming on. And it's Brynhildsen, whose goal right now is a match winner for TFC. He comes out. Charlie Sharp notched up an assist at the weekend. There's Matty Longstaff. Here comes the corner, swung all the way in and headed into the net. Harriel has levelled the scores. The Eastern Conference leaders refuse to be beaten on the road. And that's a towering header for Philadelphia from a man playing at central defence tonight. Johnson beaten, Philly level, Toronto 1, Philadelphia 1.
Well, how many times have we talked about the quality of service and how dangerous Philadelphia Union are from these set plays? It's another unbelievable delivery, just inviting someone to attack the ball. If Sean Johnson doesn't come out to claim it and none of his defenders attack this ball, there's only one man who will, and Harriel snaps up his opportunity. It's a buried header and a brilliant goal from Philadelphia Union.
They are the best team in MLS from set pieces when it comes to goals. That's their 11th now of the season. Harriel with a second for him. Rather better than his first, which was an unknowing deflection into the net, but that was utterly convincing. And you know what, Ian, there's an old adage sometimes, isn't there, about making substitutions before set-piece moments. And
great point.
Fresh players came on, fresh legs came on, and Harriel's effectively unmarked.
Yeah, fabulous point right there, but also the delivery, the execution. It's of the next level, and you pointed out there, 11 goals doesn't happen for no reason in Major League Soccer. It doesn't happen in a professional game for no reason. They've worked incredibly hard. You can see the results out there. I mean, when it's not working for you in front of goal, what I've been talking about, that final third, the pass, the decisive pass, the creation, hasn't quite been on point tonight. But their quality of service has. Finally, they found the finish.
And they have made it 1-1, and we've still got game time left here at BMO Field. And where does this go now? A team that do score late on the season as well. That was their 6th goal after 75 minutes this season, and they're pressing again. And they have another corner, the Philadelphia Union. And now you sense they smell the opportunity with another set piece.
Yeah, they're hungry. Robin Fraser knows it as well. Head in his hands a moment ago. Couldn't quite believe that they conceded in the fashion they did do. But sometimes, Tony, it's very difficult to defend crosses like that. If it's hit into a danger zone with that much pace, it's an excellent finish. Philadelphia are hungry for more. They're not going to settle for a point here. They want all 3.
It'll be the left foot of Wagner again. And the referee is still not content. He's going to actually he's going to give a yellow card to Baribo, it looks like. That's the first portion of the game.
For someone who blows his whistle as much as him, I'm quite surprised that was the first yellow.
Final minute of normal time. Philly have got level, and they went close to going in front.
What a chance. And it fell this time to the right man. There's the confirmation of the yellow card for Baribo, but it was also him that the ball actually fell to with that effort. Kai Wagner's left foot might be the best left foot in Major League Soccer. Is that dangerous to say?
Well, it's...
I'm putting you on the spot, Tony.
I'm thinking there's a guy down in Miami who uses his left foot pretty effectively. But in the position he plays...
You got the answer right.
Can we catch it that way?
Well, he's unique. He's a different kind of player.
Now they're coming again. It's Bender. Oh, support from the right as well. Westfield is up there. Bedoya intelligently played back to the edge of the box, but then fired over the top by Lukic. Added time is presented by Audi. We've got 5 minutes, and you sense maybe one more twist to come.
Yep. If you're looking at momentum, Philadelphia Union will have grabbed that goal and used it to their advantage to push on, but they've got to be very careful now because Toronto won't be happy that they've conceded. Do they sit back and protect the point? I don't think they will. They'll be unhappy by conceding, and this game might not be done just yet.
Danley. It's rather broken up off Bedoya, but the light blues have it again with the ball forward for Baribo to lay off. Sees it out, throw in far side. Westfield quickly there to take it. Second minute of 5 minutes of added time. The Eastern Conference leaders looking for all 3 points on the road. It's cleared away, and it's going to be hit and deflected in! It's a sweet left foot. And Kai Wagner has shown all night how dangerous it can be. And right now, deep in stoppage time, he may have just won it for the Eastern Conference leaders on the night. Toronto 1, Philadelphia 2.
Well, you can feel hard done by if you're Sean Johnson here, because this takes a massive deflection. But Kai Wagner had one thought in his mind, and that is to unleash. Ball wildly deflected. Sean Johnson can do absolutely nothing about this strike. But you've got to admire the courage in this never-say-die attitude to go for all 3 points. It's a magnificent finish. Deflection, can certainly feel sorry for Sean Johnson. Here's a look at it from behind the goal. He goes down, gambling. But this one's going to go through that last defender, and it looks like it's Longstaff who closes down first of all. Well done to Kai Wagner. If you don't hit it, you've got no chance of scoring.
It's 2 goals in 6 minutes late in the game for a team that I mentioned have been particularly strong in the final 15 minutes of games, but a team that did not seize the moment at home at the weekend when they had their late chances against Miami and did not win when maybe they should have. Tonight, maybe they have, and maybe Wagner, via a big deflection, and with what for now we'll credit to him with his first goal of the season, maybe he's won it for the leaders in the East.
If you don't shoot, you don't score. Again, you never know what can happen. It can take a deflection, it might end up in the top corner. You never quite know what can happen. It's hard not to feel sorry for Robin Fraser and his Toronto side because they've absolutely gone for it, and in many ways they've been well and truly in this game.
Going into the 86th minute, Robin Fraser's side were just those 4 minutes plus stoppage time away from a second home win of the season, a priceless moment perhaps for them, and another gut punch in this season for TFC, but what a moment for Kai Wagner and Philadelphia.
Can never switch off against teams with confidence, teams that have belief like Philadelphia Union. I mean, the composure on the sidelines, Bradley Carnell knew exactly what he was doing, the substitutions coming on, having an impact.
Precious little time for TFC to do anything. They might go beyond the 5 minutes, but it won't be too much. Brewer with the challenge. Free kick for the foul on Flores, and now it's pile the red shirts forward and try and get something back.
Yeah, got to go for it now. You've got to throw everything at this game to try and find that equaliser, Toronto. You can hear the frustration with the supporters. Everyone's happy around here, especially when you concede so late. I mean, how deflating is that? First you think you're taking home that win bonus, and all of a sudden find yourself behind.
2 flicks on, and it was Osorio in on the edge of the box. Scored the late goal here at the weekend, and they'll have a chance very late from this corner. Osorio comes across to take it. This is surely the last chance of the game. Philadelphia with the 2-1 advantage. They've come from behind. Can TFC snatch a point at the death? It's on the delivery of Osorio. In it goes, and it was Rosted who got there with a header but didn't make the connection. Longstaff rescues it. Spicer now, one more. Danley with a really important block. Out it goes for the throw. Still we play on. Still TFC keep everybody forward. They were looking for long from the throw. Referee letting them play.
It's got to go forward.
Flores. Philly have got a break on if they need it. Oh, yellow card for Bedoya.
I thought that was initially a good challenge from Alejandro.
And it will hand TFC one more chance, and so Sean Johnson is going to come up and take the free kick, delivers it now. Up into the box, Osorio goes up there, so was Rosted. Cleared away to Derek Etienne Jr., who hits the volley over the top, and with that you feel TFC's last chance has gone.
Yeah, a lot of hustle from Toronto, but absolute desperation now. So disappointing, and in a way the goal went in. Obviously a massive deflection takes it past Sean Johnson. You can feel sorry for them. They had momentum in that second half. There's no question that Philadelphia were the better team in the full 90 minutes of this game.
Still no whistle as Bender heads it forward. And the Philadelphia Union win in Toronto for the first time in 6 years with 2 goals in 6 minutes. And this is a victory that might feel like 6 points for the Eastern Conference leaders. They've come from behind to stun Toronto and win by 2-1. Kai Wagner's deflected effort in added time is the goal that ultimately wins them the game. This is the player of the match, and you picked him out, Ian, all night for his performance, and ultimately his left foot has delivered the winning goal.
Yeah, quality of service, crosses from wide areas, crosses on set plays, dead ball situations, just electric. I mean, he's got a brilliant left foot, but if you don't shoot, you don't score. It takes a massive deflection, but I'm very happy that he's the one who's behind the strike. He was brave to just go for it, Tony, and that's what got Philadelphia all 3 points.
Fifth road win for the Philadelphia Union. They've done it in dramatic fashion, and indeed with the same scoreline by which they won here on that last win, May 2019. Yet more desolation and frustration for fans of Toronto. That's a 6th home defeat now in 9 games this season. But having conceded a shot goal really to Brynhildsen, that is the character of championship-type teams, isn't it? To come back on the road, get themselves back in the game, and get the win. A head-shaking moment for TFC. We'll wrap it up after the break. Toronto 1, Philadelphia 2.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
You ready? MLS is game on. Dolce? On. Stars on.
Kevin Sullivan, the history maker.
30,000 friends? On. Rivalries on.
Red Bull New York versus New York City.
MLS, this is our soccer. Game on.
Seattle makes noise. We were here. Added time in Philly? Of course.